All right. We are live. We have connection. That's the first thing I want to mention. I don't know if anybody's even in here or not yet, but I just seen a few minutes ago that Jack Ma is not going to be retiring from Alibaba for one more year. I haven't had any time to process that because I just scribbled it down here before we started the live chat, but apparently Jack Ma is not going to be retiring until 2019, and doesn't really change much from what I talked about in the video yesterday. So let's see if we getting some people in here yet. Lydia strikes first. All right. He already changed his mind. Well, okay. He didn't necessarily change his mind. He was just waiting for today to kind of update his plans. And I guess now he's not going to retire. Let me click right back over and I'll be right back. September 2019 is what I'm seeing. So apparently he's not going to be handing the company over to Daniel Zhang until September of 2019. So that's doesn't really change anything. I guess it's nothing to panic about. It's kind of like what I talked about in my video the other day. It doesn't really change where I stand on the company. I'm more worried about the trade tariffs. And speaking of trade tariffs, that's what I want to talk about with Apple stock. So is anybody in here a shareholder in Apple? I am. I'm going to go ahead and raise my hand. I've been invested with Apple since 2013. I'm just going to see if I get some comments first. Mitch, you going to buy more BABA from the likely dip? Actually, I'm a little in my IRA, my retirement IRA. I'm a little heavy in Chinese stocks right now. So no, I'm content with my position at Alibaba. I guess there's no real telling how long these trade tariffs are going to go on and how much pressure Chinese stock market is going to see. So I'm a little heavy in my position. Now, if it starts getting around 140, maybe low 150s, yeah, I'll probably start adding to my position. Absolutely. No dib, he ain't leaving. Wait till 2019, LOL. Yeah. I'm not yet. Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to click over here, and I have a little tidbit of information about Apple stock I would like to share. And it happened Friday, so you might have already heard about this. But so anyways, President Trump made a tweet kind of warning Apple that they should start making products in the U.S. to avoid the Chinese trade tariffs. And he said that apparently Apple came out and said that its watch and headphones could cost more if the Chinese tariffs go ahead. And I guess, Friday, Trump pretty much came out and, said, hey, we're going to go through another round, like a $267 billion more of trade tariffs. So right here, I'm going to read his tweet. He said, Apple prices may increase because of the massive tariffs we may be imposing on China. But there's an easy solution where there would be zero tax and indeed a tax incentive. Make your products in the United States instead of China. Start building new plants now. Exciting. #MAGA. All right. I'm going to click back over. So, I very, very bullish on Apple. My favorite company, one of my favorite companies, and I even look at that from a consumer product standpoint. I really look at Apple now as a consumer products company. So I've used Apple products for a lot of years. I'm using one right now, my computer. I have an iPhone over there. I have an iPad. My son has an iPhone and an iPad. So I'm a real believer in what Apple does. However, one thing I know to be very, very certain is that these trade tariffs are very, very can hurt the market a lot. I've seen what it's doing to China, and I don't want to just ignore this. I don't want, if you're an Apple investor, you're thinking about getting into Apple stock, I would definitely keep this tidbit of information in the back of your head. And guys, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go ahead and put up a links if you want to go check this story out yourself. So there's the link. I just posted it down here in the comments, guys. But yeah, I'm a little leery of Apple in the future sense of I don't want to buy here at 220. Okay, so the last price Apple was at was about 221. I'm not a buyer right here. I'm not selling any of my long-term position. I love Apple. Like I said, one of the best stocks I've ever had. I think I have around 179% lifetime gain on it. And I also have gotten close to 40% dividends over 5 years. So it's, they only have like a 2% yield now, but the original shares I bought are actually yielding closer to like 7% now. So, these trade tariffs, guys, it's really hurting China. And I think unless Apple adjusts, now, if Apple starts launching plants here in the United States, more manufacturing here in the United States, they can probably dodge a lot of this. But Apple is they have an agenda. They're going to do what they want, and they don't really play into political pressure. So it's something to keep in mind. If Apple has to start pricing their stuff up, sales might drop. And, I want some opinions. Tell me what you guys are thinking about. Maybe you haven't had enough time to process it, or you want to read the article first, but just, leave me a message or comment, or, talk to me directly about it, because I want to kind of keep this conversation going. All right, let's see what we got. I've missed some stuff here. Okay, Lydia. I feel like he has been attacking a lot of companies like Google and Amazon. I guess Apple is next. Yeah. Trump can send out a tweet and a stock will fall, but it's all artificial. You know what I mean? Like the day he tweeted something about Google and Facebook, how he was disappointed with the big tech giants, and the stock falls off a couple percent. That's all artificial. That's just, that is nothing to worry about. It's just a good opportunity to buy more. Every time Google pulls back a couple percent, buy a couple more, Was a matter of the time. Lydia, Samsung next. Samsung next. I don't know about that. Let's see. Are you changing your investing strategy because of all the tariffs? No, I'm not. No, I'm going long and I'm staying long. Like I said, I'm very China heavy in my IRA. So I have shares of MCHI. I have Alibaba. I have shares of Tencent. I have an ETF called Yen. That's ticker symbol YINN. And I also have mutual fund, or I'm sorry, ETF KWEB, KWEB. And no, I'm going to keep going long. I'll probably buy in to a lot of the trade tariffs, because you want to be brave and you want to buy in when everyone else is fearful. So I'm a real believer in the Chinese market. I know what they're capable of. I know what Alibaba is capable of. And we just got to ride out the storm. That's all it is, guys. Just hang in there and ride it out. China is the second strongest economy in the world to the U.S. You definitely want some of your money invested in China. Okay. Virgil whistles. Oh man, my buddy Virgil, he's always whistling. And I guess he's whistling in the chat room too. Good to see you, man. What are you up to, Virg? Is there a reason you are China heavy? Yes, absolutely. It's because the Chinese market is at a big 1-year low, and the trade tariffs have positioned China to be very investable, you know. So yeah, absolutely. I invested in Alibaba back in 2014 when they IPO'd. I was actually one of the few people here in Tennessee that pre-registered for IPO shares, and I didn't get many. But yeah, I remember the big Wall Street celebration that week, and oh, that was awesome. That was a lot of fun because, you know, people were anticipating Alibaba to be 100, maybe $110 billion company. After its first day on the stock market, it was a $240 billion company after one day on the stock market. So that was a really exciting time, a lot of fun, you know, a lot of good memories. So yeah, I am China heavy. I'm very China heavy because, like I said, I have a feeling the market's going to bounce right back up. It's going to take some time. You know, if you're looking for a quick return, this probably isn't the place for you. But there's definitely money to be made there. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, guys, is I am working diligently in my spare time to get better streaming software, and I'm learning how to use encoders and stuff because I want to go picture in picture and be able to like shrink the picture of me down real small, put it up here in the corner, and like be able to live chat on my desktop so you can kind of see what I see. So when I pull up these articles, when I pull up graphs, stock quotes, and do things like that, I want you guys to be able to see that. That way, it's any way I can make the live chat better for y'all, I'm up for suggestions. So, but that, you know, I'm working diligently on that, trying to learn it. It's a lot to it, and some of this software is kind of confusing. But I would say in the next week or two, I hope to have a lot better setup here for my live chats. And then Lydia, I need to talk to Lydia. So I checked out ABR, Lydia, and I even made some notes. And I really, actually, as a matter of fact, me and you were already talking about this today, but I love the dividend. I love the 42% operating margin. It's growing like a weed. It looks like it kind of stood still for almost 3 or 4 years, and then it really has taken off. So the PE is going up a little bit, and they do have some debt that does not bother me. The debt does not bother me because as long as we're in a healthy market, you know, the only time I know from experience, like going through the 2008 recession and watching that unfold step by step, one thing I do know about real debt heavy companies is they get hit the hardest when the market crashes. Okay. And sometimes they can get hit so hard they can't recover. A lot of companies don't even exist anymore because of, you know, because of having so much debt. But many business models run on high debt, low cash. You know, Disney, Netflix, Amazon, Square, Tesla, all these companies have massive amounts of debt and very little cash. And if, you know, that's some of the best companies in the world I just mentioned right there, you know. So if you're going to be like a pure fundamental investor, you're going to talk yourself out of buying every single stock. I really like ABR. The short percent of float is a little high. Again, I think that's the shorts will get burnt. The stock is really growing. And like I said, at $12 a share, you can't really go wrong. You can't really go wrong. I mean, if you picked up 5 shares or 10 shares, you're only $50 or $100 into it. And, you know, with that big 8% dividend, was about 8.26% dividend, I'm actually probably going to buy some in the morning. So I'm going to give you some credit there, Lydia. I'm going to give you some love. You actually picked out a really good little stock pick, kind of a speculative play. Of course, they deal with real estate. They're big in the real estate world. But you've piqued my interest. I'll probably pick up some shares tomorrow, and I'll probably buy on a pullback. It's very steady charting and very good charting. That company holds its value very, very well. And they managed to pay an 8% dividend and do that. So, I definitely give it my blessing. I could buy that stock and sleep wonderfully at night. All right. Let me get back here. All right. I think that pretty much, that's the things I want to talk about. Apple stock, of course, Jack Ma, not going to be retiring for another year, and ABRs. So let's go back over here to the comments, see what we got going on. Virgil's still whistling, it looks like. Oh, man. Not much. All right, good. How do you pre-register for IPO shares? Okay. So I was with Scottrade in 2014. Now they're TD Ameritrade. So TD Ameritrade bought out Scottrade earlier this year. Maybe it was end of 2017. But I know my brokerage changed this year. So that's where I have my IRA set up. And basically, I bugged the complete hell out of my brokers. And I was like, I want to try to get in early if I can. I want to try to get pre-IPO shares if at all possible. And basically, you have to fill out all this paperwork. You got to go through this big, huge application process. And they decide if they're going to allocate you so many shares. And I was lucky enough. I got 20 free. Not free. I had to pay for them. But I did get 20 pre-IPO shares. Of course, like I said, people just outbid me because there was guys coming in with $5 million applying for the same thing I was. So, money is always going to take priority in those situations. But if you ever want to try to get pre-IPO shares, Lydia, call your broker. Of course, I don't think Robinhood is going to work with you on something like that. You're going to have to be in one of the more professional brokers like a Fidelity or TD Ameritrade, E-Trade. The list goes on. JP Morgan Chase is supposed to be coming out with a brokerage that has free trading. So that's kind of an attack or a way to try to compete with Robinhood. And it's just such an exciting time to be in the stock market. It's awesome. All the cool tools we have, all the cool brokers we have now. It's just such an exciting time. So put on your seatbelt and let's take the ride. All right. Not much. How do you register PR? Okay, Tony, I'm following the QQQ ETF and waiting on the ETF to consolidate. Right now, it's trending downward. Good time to pick up shares. That's good thought. And you're playing it safe, Tony. I like that. I hope you're doing more safe stuff than really aggressive stuff. But yeah, QQQ, buy it on the pullback. Absolutely. Real estate hold, maybe get $100. Yeah, Medina. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I wouldn't go real heavy on this position just because I haven't tracked them much. But Lydia's brought it to my attention, and so I like it for a real estate play. Absolutely. There's a lot of real estate, ETFs out there and mutual funds, and they're garbage. They'll pay out. I held one last year for a month, and all I was doing was buying right before the ex-dividend date, and it paid like this 18% yearly dividend. But the stock price was falling 25% a year, and a lot of that stuff is garbage. It's crap. I just want you to stay away from it. But I like the looks of ABR, and they have a very steady chart. And I think this is a stock you can play for a while. Don't buy all in today. Just buy a little bit and then buy some more later down the road. Lydia, I am so happy you liked ABR. Yeah, what's there not to like? I mean, their operating margins was good. Their profit margining was good. Their quarterly revenue growth was good. They're still small. They just hit $1 billion market cap. And I mean, yeah, I can be a complete fundamentalist here and analyze it and pick it to death. But I mean, like I said, if you are a 100% fundamental investor, you'll talk yourself out of buying everything. You can go through the balance sheet and find flaws in any company out there. And even the best companies in the world, you'll start talking yourself out of buying that. So, yeah, I really am. I really like ABR. And like I said, I'll probably buy some in the morning. You can talk me into buying anything. That's the problem with me. I never know when to stop. Oh, Ash. Oh, good. Ash, you made it. Awesome. Hey, I made it. What's new? Okay, Ash, I have some stuff for you too. So, Ash, you were interested in the solar energy companies, okay? And I did a little research on that, and I have 3 companies I want to point you in the direction of. Maybe you can research, or you can just kind of look over them, maybe pick your favorite, and then I can analyze it further if you want. But I found 3 plays I really like. So I'm going to type them into the comments section here. It's going to be a little easier. So these are the ticker symbols right here, Ash. What? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? Yeah, check those out, Ash. You know, if you're super bullish on solar energy, I would look at those 3. Obviously, Tesla's going to give you some exposure to solar energy. There's a lot of companies, but these 3 here are 3 that I really liked, and I don't have any of it in my portfolio, but it's an angle. It's something to think about. It's something to keep on a watch list. So very cool. Check those out. Tell me what you think, you know. All right. Medina, M1 Finance does IPO. I don't really understand the question here. I'm sure you can get in shortly after an IPO. I don't think they do pre-IPO. You know, like I said, you'll need more of a professional broker for that. Like a TD Ameritrade or JP Morgan or a Goldman, something like that. But I would I don't think M1, I don't think you could get pre-IPO shares. But, you know, if you, by all means, pick up the phone and give them a call. Maybe they do. Maybe if you talk sweet enough to them, they'll work with you. I don't know. I haven't tried yet. Deadpool says, hey. Hey, Deadpool, how you doing? I just watched your movie a couple weeks ago. It was pretty funny with Ryan Reynolds. It's a good movie. Good film. Let's see, Tony Batu, what happens to ABR if the housing market will crash? It'll probably go with it, you know. But that not necessarily, okay? Not necessarily. I wouldn't necessarily say, you know, if the housing market is to crash, the last time that happened, the entire stock market crashed out, okay? And then all your positions are going to get hit. You know, I say these kind of cliche things like if a company has a lot of debt, they're going to get hit the hardest. But listen, guys, if the market crashes or any one, you know, sector of the market crashes, housing, oil, you know, discretionary, you know, anything, if retail crashed, any big sector of the, you know, everything's going to take a sympathetic hit for it, you know. But if the housing market crash doesn't necessarily make ABR a bad position, you know. I tell you, if you don't want to play ABR and you want to wait for a possible housing crash, which I don't think is going to happen. I know I've heard rumors about. I don't think it's going to happen, not anytime soon. But if you wanted to wait till the crash, then buy in, you know, you probably get the rock bottom price, you know. So that's another way of looking at it. The housing market is getting to a bubble. Everything's in a bubble, you know. I remember when a can of Pepsi cost 75 cents, and I was at a place the other day and it was almost $2 for a 12-ounce can of Pepsi. I mean, everything is in a bubble. It's crazy. Inflation, you know, seems like the only thing that's not going up is pay, really. But, you know, everything feels like it's in a bubble. And then, you know, all indicators still give investors a lot of comfort too. So, you know, I was hearing this stuff 5 years ago, guys. You know, I was hearing 2013, 2012. I remember many news articles. A crash is coming. Get out now. Run away. Sell all your stocks. You know, I invested through it. I'm a bull. I believe we're going to keep growing. Even if we pull back, we're going to keep growing. That's the way I look at it, you know? Ashley, perfect. All right. Josh is in the house. All right, Josh, my man. What? 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 How much have you had to drink tonight, Josh? Which Apple stock should I buy, honey? Crisp or let me get back with you on that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research on that one. I don't want to make a call. All right. Composure. Come on. Here we go. Ashley, thank you very much. You're very welcome, Ashley. And if you have anything else you need me to check out, don't hesitate to ask, because it's a lot of fun for me to help y'all. You know, I love it. I think about it all day. I think about when I talk to Lydia, I need to talk to her about this. When I talk to Ash, you know, when I have a couple guys that have been commenting, and I've been telling them to come to the live chats, so I'm hoping they show up. So, you know, I love doing this. This is so much fun for me. I will put more money on Tesla, buy only on my stash account. Whew. Yeah. Well, best of luck with that, Ash. I think Tesla's going to fall a little more, but then again, they might not. I'm going to stay away from Tesla for a little while. I've done just fine without it. You know, it makes me nervous. You know, Elon's on TV smoking blunts with Joe Rogan the other night, and that shit is all over the internet. Everything I click on, I see pictures of Elon Musk smoking blunts, and it's like it's just not a good look for a huge car manufacturer like that. All right, Deadpool, it's me, Noah. Oh, Noah, hey, how are you doing? Are you still in here, Noah? Are you like getting interested in stocks now? What's going on, man? I feel like a lot of the stocks, such as tech, has been going down. Buying them piece by piece at a time will be a better approach. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, even if you have a broker that charges you commission, that's still the best way to go. I've been doing it for a long, long time. You know, you never want to go all in, you know, and that was even like me and you talked about the other day, Medina, is like if you can take your paychecks when you know, if you take your paychecks and you have money left over, you can keep consistently putting money into your brokerage. That doesn't mean you have to buy stocks that day, but if you're consistently depositing cash into your brokerage account, then you can wait till like a week we had this past week where we were, you know, bright red for 3 days, and you can buy up all those stocks you want at discounted prices. So you could have got AMD cheaper. You could have got MJ cheaper. You could have got like JP Morgan Chase, all the big stocks. So, you know, yeah, absolutely. Like just a little at a time, keep building that position, keep working it, you know, and that's the way to play the stock market. It honestly is. A little bite at a time. All right. Josh My broker said buy a lot of apples. Your broker's a smart man. Oh man. Okay, let's see. Tony, check out SAP as a swing trade. All right. Let me write that down for you, Tony. So are you wanting to go long or short, Tony? Are you wanting to go long or short with SAP? Are you buying options on it? What are you thinking about doing? Let me know what you're thinking about doing, and I'll research it in some of my downtime. Decent drop, consolidation, and starting to trend upwards. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. I'll look into SAP when I get some time, brother. Okay, Ashley. Yeah, me too. It's scary how fast it just went down. Okay, so now what are you referring to, Ash? Let's see. Let me look at your last comment. Oh, Tesla. Okay. Yeah. Elon Musk is kind of hanging himself with just his behavior. Okay, so his tweet, his infamous tweet. And hey guys, I've only got 2 likes. Go hit the like button. Yeah. So Elon hitting the tweet, the big infamous tweet where he said he was thinking about taking Tesla private. Highly illegal to openly manipulate stock like that. Okay, without any proof, and not anything he can even point to and say, hey, this is rock solid right here. Nothing. He just makes a tweet like that. That's against every rule in the CEO book. He broke so many rules. And it's not even the SEC I'm worried about. It's the individual lawsuits, because I don't know who's got the money to power these lawsuits. It could very well be JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America. I don't know who's powering these lawsuits, but they're gonna beat money out of Elon Musk for doing that. And I'm more worried about that than the SEC coming after him, because that'll take 100 years. You know, the SEC's, when they conduct their investigation, it's going to take forever. But those lawsuits won't. They'll get him in court as fast as they can. And then, like I said, him smoking marijuana on live TV the other night, that did not build investors' confidence. You know, I think everybody got an introspective look at how intelligent he is. Got to look inside his mind, and he's trying to be social and open up a little bit. And at the same time, it was not a good look on him. It's all over the internet. Go to Facebook, Twitter, you know, anything out there, you will find pictures of Elon Musk smoking a blunt. All right. Lydia, there are so many more companies that people can buy aside from Tesla. I feel like it has a lot of drama. Yeah, I don't want it. There's a lot, like Tesla has a very big cult following, and people will buy into that stock, you know, like I said, a lot based on just the cult following. Okay. So, but you can even make that case for Amazon. Amazon and Tesla have nearly the same business model, is that they are loaned through the teeth. Every penny they make is reinvested into the company. They make no real revenue and they make no real profits. Okay. That's kind of the old Amazon business model. Automotive is a hard game to play, especially in the United States. There's only two automakers, two American automakers that have never went bankrupt, and that's Ford and Tesla. All the other American automakers have went bankrupt at some time. So automotive's tough, especially here in the States. I don't know why. This economy, we're growing so much. I would love to sit here and say it's a booming market, but I just can't get behind it really. So Vendice, which do you think is a more beneficial portfolio, diverse or industry specific? I like diversity. Okay, I'm real big about diversity. Kind of just depends on what your investing goals and needs are and what age you are, what kind of strategy you should be using. but I love diversity. Okay. I like, just if you want to just go off the videos I've made over the past couple of weeks, I'm looking at chip makers. I'm looking at tech companies, marijuana companies. I invest in cryptocurrency. I invest in just, like Lydia with ABR. Okay. Now I'm interested in a real estate company. So definitely I'm going to have to go with diversity there. Okay. If you go industry specific, you're going to live and die on the performance of the industry. If you invest with diversity, you're always going to find a bull market somewhere, and you're going to find a bear market. You're going to find a market getting beat down kind of unfairly, similar to retail in 2017. Retail stocks got beat down because Amazon bought out Whole Foods last year. And even my best friend Josh, he picked this stock. He bought into Kroger and got involved with Kroger, and that one kind of slipped right by me. But I think he got about a 55% return. Josh, what percent return did you end up getting on Kroger? If you're still in here, drop that in the comment section. People can buy Deadpool. Yes, just watching through because it has been a while. We have seen each other. Yeah. I hope you're doing good, Noah. I hope you're doing good. Tell me how's school doing, and how's everything going up your way, buddy? It has been a long time since we've seen each other. All right, Tony, SAP long. All right, I will research that for you, and I'll probably go live again tomorrow, so I should have a pretty good game plan on SAP. You're thinking about it for a swing trade too. I have a couple other ideas too I'm going to talk about tomorrow night, but I want to do a little bit more research first. What trades are you planning on doing this week? Well, kind of depends on what kind of market we're given. I think we're going to be red again this week. I think China's going to get hit again this week. I think the American market's going to be red again this week. So I'll probably be adding to a lot of my positions. I did buy Micron at $45 Friday. I will say that. So I'm going to follow up on that trade. If that drifts back some more, I'll probably hit it again. But be a lot of really good buying opportunities if we're red. I think Apple is going to open red tomorrow because of the news that hit Friday. Now, I don't want to guarantee that, but I almost can guarantee you that Apple's going to open in the red tomorrow. Lately, I've been researching alternatives to stocks such as Tesla, Amazon, Apple, Google, and such. A lot of stocks out there that are pretty similar and safer. Good. That's good adaption, Medina. Always be looking further than the surface. Always be looking for an advantage. If you find an advantage, take it. That's a good approach. Lydia, I didn't know that about FRD has been hit really hard. People even think that dividend will give it. Are you talking about Ford, Lydia? I'm assuming you're talking about Ford. Is that correct? We'll get back to this one. So, Josh, 42.29% return on Kroger, and you got some dividends too. So, yeah, like Josh made that call on Kroger, and see, my strategy through that whole time was to keep buying more Amazon, and that worked out great. Buying more Amazon was a good call. That's when I started. That's like I said, I started getting involved with my M1 Finance portfolio, is buying more shares, buying more fractional shares of Amazon. So I bought quite a few times into it. That's how I played the retail sector. I didn't get in Walmart when I should have, and I didn't like Kroger. I would have done that because I thought retail was going to stay depressed and maybe even start moving towards the bottom. But it bounced back really good, and that was a good call. Yeah. And your short call on Tesla was really good the other day, Josh. I got to give you another shout out. So Josh is a pretty smart guy. He shorted Tesla at 282 the other day. Then that night is when Elon was smoking the weed on the Joe Rogan show, and he covered the next day at about 260. So very, very good call on that Tesla short, Josh. Live every day, every hour. Yeah, that's a good idea. I bought one measly share, should have bought thousands. Yeah, absolutely. And you a return is a return, though. Just scale it up. Sit down and get your calculator out and just see what kind of return you would have had on 1,000 shares. Man, I'm 18, just starting out. I've been looking to invest in cannabis and tech stuff because that is growing market, but I don't want to risk all of my money too soon. Oh, that's a good idea. Just spread it out and be diverse. Absolutely. Cannabis is a good thing to invest in. Tech. I love tech. I'm very tech heavy, but just maybe when this live stream is over with, just go check out a couple of my videos. And I have some pretty good material for starting investors who are just getting started. And I can even help you, one-on-one if you need any help. Anything you need help with, come talk to me. I'll give you the best answer I can. Tony, I agree. I think Apple, Google, Facebook, Microsoft would be red again this week. Oh yeah, and Alibaba. There's going to be a lot of good buying opportunities. I think. Now watch. I say all this stuff, and then tomorrow morning we'll be up 2.5% across the board. So Medina says, I think all this red is an opportunity for all those calls for all the smart option buyers out there. Right. Yeah, absolutely. And even the longs. The real myth about options, though, Medina, is that now I play options. I absolutely do. I play them very fast, though. I'll put calls on something. I'll get out real fast. It's just another form of day trading. But the long method, going long with a company and getting 100, 200% returns, I find that better than, trading a lot of options. Now like I said, I do play options, and I like them for the day trading aspects, for making money, making cash, quick turnaround. But even just building your portfolio for the long term is whoa. I think all this red is up to you. This calls for all the smart options buyers. Okay, so you were talking about Ford, right, Lydia? Okay, good. Yeah, they've pulled back a lot. They really have. And I'm not bullish on Ford. I think you can get in for that dividend. I've seen this stock drop for 5 years now, and I think there's too much disruption in the American automakers. So, but like I said, it's a really, really good dividend play, so I can't blame anybody that wanted to do it. I got a couple free shares of Ford in my Robinhood account, so I've gotten some referral links. People got in a Robinhood account, and I've gotten like 2 or 3 shares of Ford from it, and I think I sold and put it in something else though. I'm heavy in Apple in my 401k. 60% and already retired. Can't really risk a big downswing. Should I pull out? So that's Sharon Lang. Sharon? Just depends on if you really want the money, or you need the money, or you want to invest in something else. If you don't have a reason to, though, I wouldn't just sell. I know Apple's going to see better days, and it's on fantastic days right now. It's $220 a share, but I tell you what, Sharon, I would not be selling Apple unless there is another stock or another position you definitely want to get into. Okay. Or like I said, you need the money, you got to have the money. So, I'll kind of leave that up there in the plethora of imagination. But if there's something you're really interested in investing in, then definitely, because it's at an all-time high. So you can't really go wrong selling at an all-time high like that. Josh, I didn't actually short it. It was a play portfolio, just FYI. Yeah, absolutely. But it's not, it's, it was the call and the decision making and the learning mechanism, so it was a great learning tool and a great learning device. And that, you should be proud of that. Anytime you make a good call and you get a good turnaround, you get a good return on anything, that's another notch in your belt. That's another boost for your confidence. It's like, ping, the +1 karma goes over your head. Anytime a CEO is going on Joe Rogan, short that stock. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, there's guys that could play it a whole lot better. And, I don't think Elon Musk really cares, but yeah, I'm with you on that. I want to invest in a cannabis stock, but it's so hard to find a good one. I search good products, but all of them still in local stores and only sell in stores. All right. Very good. So are you wanting to, hey, Ash, have you seen my second cron video? Let me ask you that, because I open up on how I invest in the marijuana industry. If you want to check that out, I don't know if you've watched it or not. I tell you what, I'll go ahead and get a link for that video. Just give me just a second here. Yeah, check this video out, Ash. This is how I play the marijuana industry right here. So, yeah, give that a look when you get a second. I feel like if I do puts on Ford every week, I will become a millionaire. Well, yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, Ford has been a very consistent short over the past 5 years. So, definitely something to think about. It's an idea. Josh Centers at Sharon Lang. I very much doubt Apple is going to have a big downswing, but if I were you, I'd probably be leaning towards bonds. Yeah, that's an idea. Yeah, you might want to move into something safer or something that offers compound interest, or maybe a stock that pays higher dividends. It just depends on your goals. I got to kind of know what goals you have and what investing strategy you want to start phasing into. And then, we could probably make some decisions based on that. All right. If Tim Cook smokes a blunt on Joe Rogan, sell. Oh, man. All right. Josh, you're crazy tonight, dude. So Ashley Kronos. Yes, that's the video. So this is the video I linked up. It's the second part of my Kronos stock analysis. And basically at the end of the video, I talk about how I play them. The medical and legal marijuana industry. So it's a whole lot safer. It's a whole lot safer than what I feel like buying a lot of these companies. Okay. So check that out. And, okay. Josh at Sharon. Josh Centers, what kind of bonds? Josh Centers, Sharon Lang. I'll let Jeff address that one. PIMCO tends to do very well. Okay. So Sharon, do you want me to, Sharon, let me know what your investing goals are. What kind of a strategy do you want to start moving into safer stuff that pays dividends, less risk? Like kind of let me know what your investing goals and needs are right now, and I'll try to help you out with that. If you're, if you, like I said, I don't know if you need the money now, or you just want the money, or you just want the sell out, take the money and run. I don't quite know what your goals are right now. So let me ask that, and then we can start kind of moving you in a direction. Medina G, smiley face. Okay. Such as Fundrise or peer-to-peer lending. Any raising platforms such as Fundrise. No, I don't, Tony. I don't invest in anything like that currently. So Sharon, you don't need the money now. So do you want, I know you said that, you mentioned that you're moving in towards retirement. So, or you are retired, don't need the money right now. I tell you what, I might look at something like Verizon Wireless. So that's a telecom company. But in my heart of hearts, I would not sell Apple to get in Verizon. Maybe I'll sell half of it and move into something like a telecom, or maybe like something like a Walmart, and that pays a really good dividend, is going to hold their gains pretty well. But, the telecom industry is very safe, pays really, really good dividends. So you get about a 5-6% dividend from Verizon and AT&T, and maybe something you might want to look at, Just don't want to lose all the profits I've built up over the last 4 years. Yeah, absolutely. And as far as that goes, I mean, you might just want to hold on to your stock in Apple. What made you write for Seeking Alpha? I remember you mentioned it in a video before. It's just kind of experimental, just to broaden out my reach a little bit. I've had some kind of hilarious problems with Seeking Alpha lately, and I'll talk to you about that later, though. But yeah, I have done some blogging and some writing for Seeking Alpha, and I just did it, like I said, to broaden my reach out a little bit. So sometimes it's easier to sit down and type, write something out, but I actually prefer making videos a lot better, over writing. If you want good writing, call Josh, okay? He can write. That dude can write some good stuff. Let's see. Sharon, I'm already retired, collecting Social Security and pension. Well, then you're in pretty good shape, I wouldn't sell my Apple stock. I'm not selling my Apple stock. I'm still very bullish on Apple. I'm just not a buyer at 220. I think we could see some short-term pain. And then I also want to see how the trade tariffs play out. So, but I'm not a seller. I'm not selling my Apple. I just don't want to buy here at 220. Okay. I would just, keep going along with them. Maybe diversify a bit. Maybe you want some Google, if you want to get into tech, into tech. If you want to get into retail, you can look at Amazon. Now, these are more aggressive plays. That's why I kind of steered you in the direction of Verizon Wireless. I feel that's a safe, steady grower that pays a great dividend, Lydia, what made you do? I already did that. I'm already collecting. Should we expect a big dip on Baba tomorrow? Yeah. I'm anticipating a pretty good dip on Alibaba tomorrow. And not even really because of the, news about Jack Ma. It's more because of the trade tariffs, So the Chinese market took a huge nosedive again last week. And we might start to see a little rebound. But Alibaba's at a good price. Alibaba is at a really, really good price right now. What other dividend stocks do you like? Oh, I love dividend stocks. I love them. I like Cisco. I like Intel. I like NVIDIA. I like, man, the list goes on. I like Tencent pays a small dividend. Lockheed Martin, that's my number one military defense holding, pays a great dividend. Let's see. I like Boeing. I like Caterpillar. I like UPS. I like FedEx. Very bullish on all those companies and pay great dividends. And like I said, ABR, the one you pointed out, I'm picking that bad boy up in the morning. So what other dividend stocks do you like? Plus Apple announcing new product this September 12th. I love Apple. Yeah, absolutely, Sharon. I mean, like I wouldn't be in no big hurry to sell your Apple. I think you are a little heavy. If you're 60% Apple, that is a little bit heavy, but you can't be invested in a better company. You just can't. Even with trade tariffs coming at them, there's just not a company out there better than Apple. Everyone loves dividend stocks. I just cannot fully wrap my head around spending thousands just to get like $2 or something. I feel I need to jump into a dividend stock to see any benefit. Yeah. I love dividend stocks. I love all stocks though. I love them all. When I look at the dividend stocks, most have not changed much win the past year. I don't know about that. Military defense is in a good place too, I think, right now. The military defense stocks are looking really attractive. They've been flat for about 8 or 10 months now. And we just haven't had any warfare that's really accelerated their growth. The defense budget comes out, they pop a little bit, and then they pull back and they pop a little bit, But Boeing was absolutely on fire last year. I think Boeing went up like 120% last year. And Lockheed Martin, when it moved 100% pretty fast too. So, you can't go wrong with a good dividend stock because you're going to get constant return. That's more cash in your portfolio. Therefore, more stocks you can buy down the road, Hey, all right, guys. So give me some homework. Tony, I've got your swing trade. I'm going to look at SAP. And if anybody else has anything they want me to look at or research tonight, I'll go ahead and jot that down for the next live stream. Probably going to do another live stream tomorrow. I think we're going to have a pretty hectic day on the market. And so let me know if there's anything y'all want me to look at while I have some downtime. I'm feeling that this crazy political environment can put a company under with a tweet. I just bought JD and the CEO gets arrested and boom, stock goes down. Oh, absolutely. But, Sharon, the thing about that is that JD has been speculative anyway. Okay. So I hear everybody groups Alibaba, Tencent, and JD in the same cluster of stocks. I don't do that. JD is not in the same class as Alibaba or Tencent, in my opinion. I even like Baidu and I like IQ better than I do JD. Okay, because they're just having too many problems right now. Okay, and so a lot of the other guys out there, they're going to push JD because it fits the Chinese agenda. But I don't. I never try to group JD with my favorite Chinese stocks. Okay. I like Tencent, Alibaba the best. I like Alibaba the best. I like Tencent second best. And I like Baidu at number 3. Look at Doku, D-O-C-U. Okay, Sharon, what are you wanting to go long? I'm assuming you're going to go long. I don't know if you do any technical trading or do you do any shorts or anything like that. I'm just going to assume you go long, but I'll take note of that. I would like to know what are some good stocks to look at in the healthcare industry. So far, I have found that is not completely well established, just haven't been looking good. All right, Medina, let me write this down. All right. I had Doku when it IPO'd. I wish I never sold it. Bummer. That is a bummer. Has anybody got anything else? Tony, are you still in here? I had Doku. And I'll do that too, Medina. I will check on the healthcare. I have a bunch of healthcare stocks I like, and I have a couple specific ways I play it, but I will give that a look. And let's see. Lydia says AbbVie. Yeah, AbbVie's kicking tail right now. Let's see. Thanks for all the info. Love your channel. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, I'll probably go live tomorrow night around the same time. So that'll give me 24 hours to look at Doku, kind of make some decisions about it. And thanks for coming. I love having y'all here. This is so much fun. And I love having these live chats. It's so much fun. I love it. Okay, Ash, I'm planning on selling all my shares of Glue tomorrow. I may buy some ABR and Kronos. Ooh, cool. Cool. Same here. All the girl investors are here. It is awesome. Yes. Like, so I don't know what to make of all this, but I do have very good female support on my channel. And it's, I'm a babe magnet. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I do have very good female support on this channel. I'm not going to lie. So, I didn't even know women like stocks. I've never met one in real life. Like I start talking about it and they just run away. They just, you know, they just ignore me and get in their car and drive off. So you so attractive. Oh, well, thank you, Ash. We talk about them all day. Yes, we do. Yeah. Hey, this is great. And tell your friends, you know, when I send out alerts that I'm going live, like, even if y'all don't want to talk about stocks, y'all talk about anything. Here's what it's all about, guys. Relevance. Relevance breeds good investing ideas. Okay. Anything that's relevant, anything that's going on in the world, anything that's going on anywhere, let's talk about it, because it breeds. You know, this is something me and Josh do all the time. We'll just take a topic and we'll start tossing it around. This and that, this and that. And in an hour or two, we have a brilliant investing scheme in mind, you know, from like I said, just taking relevant topics and talking about them a lot. And that's really how you succeed on YouTube, you know, also, is to stay on very relevant topics. So stocks every day. You know it. You know it. Those free stocks of Robinhood on my brother and my mom, and they won't want to invest. All right, guys, I've got a little bit of homework for the night. I hope everyone can make it back tomorrow. I'm going to log off here in a minute. I'm going to start working on my getting my live streams a little better. So I'm going to spend a little time working on that. Then me and my son are probably going to go work out, or maybe not. No, he's got school tomorrow. We're probably not. And then I'll start researching this stuff, and I'll see everybody back here tomorrow night.